Alright, welcome back to another video here, guys. This time I'm just following up on the Dragondin build that I made a while ago. So it's been nerfed a few times and it's just not that good anymore, so I wanted to, see what the high-end damage, like perfect gear would look like in the current state of the game. Moving into Season 5, I don't expect them to buff it or make any changes that will affect the build, so yeah. So without further ado, let's take a look at the gear. So I've got the Hellmouth gloves for the minus enemy fire resistance, 2 Sages, Arachnids, Tear Haunches for the defensive auras, skills, obviously Hand of Justice, Dragon, and then I'm simulating having a 3-socketed Andes here. I have a Crown of Ages. Just because it has 3 sockets, it's easy to do, so I put 3 fire faucets in there. And then I have a Seraphs. You'll note none of this stuff is slammed, but what I've done is I've compensated by having these charms. So the Andes has 2 to all skills, so that's these 2 here. And then I've slammed a 1 to all skill in this Seraphs, so that's that there. And I've also slammed Cannot Be Frozen in the boots, as well as resistance on these 4 pieces, which are these 4 charms. And then the poison resist that we would get from the Andes is here. And then the rest of your charm inventory should be filled up with large charms that have +3 fire skill damage, and that equates to 54 total fire damage. So I've got 40 plus 10 plus 2 plus 2, so that's 54 fire damage here. So that would be a full charm inventory up to here, and then of course we have the new Corrupted Annie, a torch, and 1 all resist charm. So that's your charms. That's as good as they can get. That's as good as the slams can get. And on the offhand, I've got the infinite for the enchant, because why not? Yeah. On the mercenary, we're running infinity with a bunch of survival gear. That's all ethereal. Nothing out of the ordinary there. Infinity's gonna really help. We are running Zeal. So in the build, I've maxed out the resist fire, salve, blessed aim. I've got 1 point in Holy Shield, or a couple points, like 4. 1 point down to Joust, and then I max Zeal and I max Sack. So instead of primarily charging, just because it does so much less damage, we need to actually have a skill. So the only one that works out is Zeal, so we will be using Zeal on the main hand, and for our aura we'll be using resist fire. If you are taking a lot of elemental damage, because we're not cold and lightning res capped, you will switch to salve when you can, but you do lose a bit of damage, so it's about 2k damage you lose. But primarily you want resist fire on, and you want to basically be doing maps that don't have things that will give you problems. So yeah, that's a pretty standard build, around 200 strength, 200 dex, rust and vitality. Let's try it out. So I've got a bloodstone map here, so this one should be really good for us. So first we're going to just enchant ourselves. So envenom, why not? And then yeah, put on Holy Shield. So we're at 13 to 14k damage, and just go try it out. Again, you gotta joust. It's very strong still for cows. The Hydra's doing damage too. Move. Yeah. For doing this map, Dragondin is still really strong. Do you still take another damage? Where gate in. So it's significantly better. But yeah, in a map where there's no fire mutes, there's no ranged mobs or charging mobs. Very map dependent. So see here. Even if I'm just charging, I'm using Zeal. Yeah, if you want to go show you another map, the same setup, where it's not as safe.
Salutations.
You'll see that it's kind of like only works for certain maps. Let's try River of Blood. This one always gives props. Fire moves. They don't get broken by but it's really bad against the fire moves. See right away, this map is just gonna take forever to do. Also, now I'm getting hit by ranged attacks. Let's see, it's kind of dangerous. Previous version, I would run like my own conviction, but that doesn't work anymore because you're no longer stacking defensive skillers. So you're